Now that we begin our series on mental experiences, we remember that a mental experience is simply the experience of one's own mind. This means that when we have a mental experience, which we all do right now, we have an experience of our sensations, emotions, thoughts, and memories. Are these all that we experience, or have I overlooked something important? Well, I never said the phrase including but not limited to, and this is because these four processes really are the four components of the mind. If we go by the definition in the fundamentals of neuropsychology, the mind is merely the process of the brain, and the empirical data shows that the brain only engages in four processes: sensations, emotions, thoughts, and memories. Throughout our series on mental experiences, we will explore the experience of each process in significant detail. I don't mean that we will cover only one lecture per process. No, we will spend multiple lectures covering just one of these four processes. For example, memory is a very powerful, complex process that I actually took an entire course on. If you complete Psychology 101 after completing Psychology 01, then you'll be qualified to take an upper division elective with a highly specialized focus on memory. That is why you need multiple lectures in order to obtain a Psychology 01 understanding of the experience of memory. Today, we will start our series with a glimpse at the experience of sensation. As you all know, we have five senses: sight, hearing, touch, taste, and smell. In principle, a microorganism with the same body parts as us harbors 4 out of the 5 senses, but does not have the mind necessary for having a mental experience of what enters that microorganism's 4 senses. We see when photons enter our eyes. We smell when odors or aromas enter our noses. We hear when sound waves enter our ears. We touch when heat enters our fingertips. We taste when something lands upon the taste buds in our tongues. Taste, interestingly, is the one sensation that a microorganism cannot receive. If we did not have a mind, our tongues could still touch an apple slice, but not taste it. Even though we keep saying 5 senses, taste appears to be a highly advanced form of touch. Not only does taste require the mind in order to exist, but also everyone discovers different tastes in the same food. As I was growing up, I always wondered why taste and touch were considered separate, because I always knew that taste was simply a way for the tongue to touch food. Now I realize just how advanced the mind would have to be in order to make sure that touch could evolve into taste. However, there is a reason why taste and touch are considered separate. The reason is that they correspond to different brain regions. I will go over these brain regions in a lecture outside of this series on mental experiences, but for now, we ought to take a moment to marvel at how a microorganism is capable of touch, but only an organism with a mind can have the mental experience of that touch. In our next lecture on the mental experience series in Psychology 01, we will examine the mental experience of touch in greater detail. Thank you all for tuning in to Tuesday's class sessions. Like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, subscribe to my channel, and buy the 3 volumes of my novel on Amazon, Lulu.com, or BarnesandNoble.com. I've been Varun Gupta, the Autistic Skeptic. Until next time, think skeptically, historically, and psychologically.